Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today's adventure is being blamed on a friend of mine. Now, my friend Elizabeth on Facebook, she posts the most delicious things imaginable. Like, she should actually come over here. She's in Alabama. She should travel over here and do a video with me, because I'm quite certain that 90% of the sweet stuff that I end up making are directly from posts from her. I don't know where she finds these things, but you guys, they tempt me every time I see them, and I comment on them and I'm like, girl, I'm gaining 10 pounds just by watching your feed. However, recently there have been a few that have come across and I'm like, I've got to make that. I need to make that. And so the first one that I'm going to make, compliments of Elizabeth's Facebook feed, is peach pie enchiladas. Say what? Peach pie enchiladas. I didn't know it was a thing. I'm excited that it's a thing because I have fresh canned peaches that my best friend in California canned right before I left, and I have them and I'm gonna use them and it's gonna be delicious. So are you ready for this adventure? Elizabeth, I blame you for the pounds, but this is gonna be delicious, I hope. All right, let's get on with it. All right, what you're gonna need if you're gonna make this along with me is some peach pie filling, or you can make your own. You're gonna need 4 cups of peaches, peeled and sliced, 1 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 cup of water, 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, for the enchiladas themselves, we're gonna need that pie filling, which is a 21-ounce can, 6 8-inch flour tortillas, 1/2 of a cup of melted butter, 1/2 of a cup of white sugar, 1/2 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/2 of a cup of reserved peach syrup, cinnamon and sugar for sprinkling, and then of course vanilla or caramel sauce for the toppings. All right, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is preheat your oven to 350. The next thing we're gonna do is we are going to butter up a 9x13-ish pan. I'm gonna use the enameled cast iron baker from Pampered Chef. It's a little smaller than 9x13, but I think it's gonna be fine. And the reason I'm using it is because I don't actually know where my 9x13 went. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our pie filling, because I am not buying my own pie filling. I'm gonna use Jen's peaches and make my own pie filling. All right, and the first thing I'm gonna do is drain off my peaches. And I need about 4 cups of peaches, so I think I'm gonna use probably 2 or 3 of the jars that she gave me, and she gave me a lot. All right, and once we have it all drained and ready to go, I am going to get them into this bowl here. I'm gonna save this juice because I'm gonna need it in just a second. And we're going to cut these into slices or bite-sized pieces. If you were using sliced peaches that are already sliced and ready to go, you don't have to do this step, but since these are peaches from Jen's grandmother's tree, I've got to cut them into little slices so that they're, not a huge honking bite when you bite into the enchilada, although I'm not gonna be sad if that happens. All right, and once you are done cutting up all your peaches, you get to decide how much juice is left in there. I left a little bit because we're actually supposed to add some more water back in, but I don't really have to because the water, the canning liquid, the water that will have some of that peach juice is already in it. So to this bowl, I'm gonna add my 1 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're also going to add 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch, but before I add it in, I'm gonna give these a good mix, and I'm deciding, I don't think I'm gonna need any more juice. I think the juice that's in there right now is perfect. And now the cornstarch, I'm just going to go ahead and plop that right in and get that mixed up, and this is just going to help thicken this pie filling. Alternately, to get it to mix a little better, mix the cornstarch ahead of time before you put it in. Like, take some of that liquid out and mix it into a paste first, and it'll make it easier to incorporate. But I was just reading the directions. It didn't say to do that, but that looks pretty good. That looks like it'll thicken up very nicely as it cooks. It won't thicken up really until it gets warm, but okay, pie filling is now done. All right, next we're gonna take our tortillas out of the package. The author of this recipe, which is from sugarapron.com, says that if your tortillas are hard, you can get them in the microwave, but mine are really flexible. I think they'll be fine. Now I'm gonna bring back my buttered dish. This is my 4th cup measuring cup, and I'm going to take a 1/4 of a cup of my mixture, and I'm going to spoon it into our tortilla here. And I feel like that is a lot of juice in there, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And then we're gonna take the cinnamon and we are going to just lightly sprinkle over the top. And then we're gonna roll it up and get it into this pan. So let's see here, roll. I feel like I need more than that, but maybe not. Maybe it will be just fine. Maybe I should put it in. Yeah, we should probably put it in going this direction. I don't know. It just says put it in. And make sure your seam is down. So let's do that again. 1/4 of a cup. I'm just going to kind of, I wonder, what if I roll it? Hold on. My brain is thinking. What if I roll it like you roll a burrito? So I'm going to open this back up again. Okay, hold on. So what if we roll in the sides first and then roll it up like an actual, so it all stays in there, and then it fits sideways very nicely. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if that's right or not, but I'm going with it. So some cinnamon, and then we are going to roll in like a burrito and get it right down. Looks good. There we go. I like it. And drain off some of that wet. The recipe literally says to add 1 cup of water to the pie filling when you're making it, but don't do that. Just add a little bit to make it a little bit soupy. This is quite a bit. There we go. There's 6, and there's room for 1 more on the end because I still have peach pie filling. I don't want to go to waste. Real sloppy-ish. Might I suggest just using canned peach filling unless you know how to make peach filling? I mean, the more I'm sitting here thinking, I'm going, no, I think I was supposed to cook it. Oh my word. The directions for the homemade peach filling are on the back. They weren't first. So this is when reading your directions thoroughly before you begin is beneficial to your life. It's beneficial to my life. It's just beneficial. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. We're just gonna go with it and you can learn from my mistake. Okay, so while I internally combust from that error, we're gonna move on. Okay, so here I have a skillet and we are gonna go ahead and get it on medium. And we are gonna add our 1/2 of a cup of butter, our sugar, our brown sugar, and 1/2 of a cup of water or the peach water that you drained your peaches out of. So we're gonna use 1/2 of a cup right there. Now we are going to whisk mix this for 3 minutes until it forms the syrup that we're going to pour all over. It's kind of like candy over the top of this mixture. Okay, once that's all mixed together, we are going to bring this to a boil. As soon as it starts to boil, we're gonna reduce the heat and then we're gonna stir it constantly for 3 minutes and then we're gonna take it off and pour it over the top of this. So let's watch for it to boil. All right, I'll call that a boil. And we're gonna decrease to about 190 and we're just gonna give that a stir and keep mixing for 3 minutes. And as you can see, I keep turning it down because I'm like, I feel like that might be too much still. It does say it wants it to simmer, not boil. And simmering is still bubbling. It's just not crazy bubbling. I think I found a good medium. Okay, we're done with our caramel sauce. All right, now the directions say we are going to pour this over the top. Oh my goodness. That looks amazing. Hopefully I didn't screw it up with that inside bit. All right, we're gonna put it in the oven for about 45 minutes and I'll be back when it comes out. All right, we'll see ya. Okay, while I was cleaning up, I realized that I missed yet another step. We needed to let it sit for 45 minutes and then let it cook for 20, not cook for 45 minutes. Well, it has just come out of the oven and quite frankly, it looks beautiful. So it says to serve warm, but that's quite warm. Oh man. Oh yeah. That's some good stuff. Oh my goodness. All right, while that cools for a moment, I am gonna make a little bit of whipping cream to go on the top of this because I feel like it needs it. So I'm just gonna add, if you've never seen this whipped cream maker from Pampered Chef, you're in for a treat. Just takes a moment to make whipped cream. So I have like 1/4 of a cup of whipped cream. I'll put in like that much sugar, give or take. It's up to you. You don't have to put any sugar in if you don't want, but I'll put a little bit in because my husband always complains when the whipped cream doesn't have enough sugar. And then we just whip it up. Look at that. Whipped cream all ready to go. Okay. Okay, I can wait no longer. Let's go ahead and get one of these out. I will take this side one over here. They look so good. And I'm going to take some of the caramel sauce and dribble over the top. Look at that. But now we're gonna taste it because the whipped cream is melting because it is so dang hot. But we're gonna find out if I ruined it or if it tastes just fine. But it looks naughty. It's hot. Wow. Even though I screwed up royally, that's good. I feel like I would have thought that the tortillas would be a little more crispy because I didn't let them sit in the caramel sauce for that 45 minutes. It's quite possible. But in any event, this is a win. This has great flavors. I love the amount of cinnamon that's in it. I love everything about this, even though I failed at reading the directions, not once, but twice. This still turned out and it still tastes amazing. I think that if you were to do apple pie filling, that would totally work as well. I was thinking maybe I would do this again and do like a raspberry filling, but then I wasn't sure about the sauce, the caramel sauce, because I don't know that caramel and raspberries really mesh well together. But definitely apple would work because that cinnamon in here, everything is just so, so good. So I super appreciate you, Elizabeth, for sharing this recipe on your Facebook feed. I'll continue to watch and see what you're sharing and see if I need to make it, because I'm just saying, like, I love to adventure in my kitchen. And I love to find opportunities to do recipes that I haven't even heard of or never thought of, or just things that it would bring me outside of my box. This isn't too far outside my box, but then again, like, it was delicious and I will definitely be making it again. All right, you guys, if you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week and I'm always looking for the next adventure. So if you got one for me, leave it in the info below. Otherwise, I'll just continue to watch Elizabeth's feed as she pumps out all of these sweet treats, especially as fall is being thrust upon us. I guess I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna eat this. I might share it with some other people, but I'll see you on the next adventure. All right, you guys, bye.